morning, welcome back. It's Friday. It's 8 o'clock. I've got a bit of a headache, so I'm going to have some an extra in a minute. I spoke to the doctor again yesterday. I decided to stop taking those tablets that he prescribed for me recently. They're just not improving my headaches at all, if not making them worse. And I was starting to feel nauseous and stuff as well. So I thought there's no point in me taking them if they're just not improving things. So the plan forward is I'm having a blood test next week, and then I'm seeing him just after Christmas. And we'll talk things through as to which way to go. He said there's a few different things we can try, either more migraine direction or maybe HRT or whatever. So I'm going to go and see him just after Christmas. So I've just got to get through the next few weeks. I did say to him, I said, it's all right then for me to take paracetamol on a regular basis. And he said in the short term, yeah. So that's my plan. It's just to take tablets when I need them, as and when. What else has been going on? Well, we had a bit of a iffy week. So Monday was good. We worked with Bob and Court. That was a really good day. And then Tuesday, Darren was with his mum at the hospital for about, I don't know, was it 7 hours or something? I drove them in, dropped them off, and then went back and picked him up later. She's just got an ongoing problem, like a chest infection thing that won't clear up, and I don't know. But Darren spent all that time at A&E, and he said it was like something like Armageddon. He said it was just awful, just waiting there for hours and hours and hours, and people just not getting seen. And anyway, he was a bit traumatised after that. And then there's a bit of that going on since then. So yeah, but week's been a little bit disrupted, but it has been quite quiet otherwise. Yesterday, I decided to take a bit of time out at the end of the day. It's really dark so early, and this room is actually probably the darkest in the house. So I don't have a lot of light, but I just thought, I'm just going to get my acrylic inks out and do a bit of doodling. So I just made some little things. I can cut them up and either make cards for them or tags or whatever. But yeah, just enjoyed that, a little bit of the fiddling and with some paints for a little while. It's such a long time since I did anything crafty. I need to do more of that. Darren said, do you need any craft stuff? Is there any craft stuff you'd like for Christmas? And I said, I have got acrylic inks, watercolours, acrylics, pencils, pens, I've got paper, I've got lino cutting stuff, I've got so much stuff. And like these acrylic inks I've had for years. Can you see how full they are? Because you use such a tiny amount when you use them that you barely need any. So yeah, I've got stuff coming out my ears. I just need to get my crafty head on and get crafting. You have to be in the right headspace for crafting, and you need an idea, aren't you? You can sit there for hours just going, I have no idea what I want to do, and then all of a sudden something will come to you and then you can do it. I'm not arty, but I like a bit of fiddling about with paints. Oh yeah, I woke up this morning and I looked at my emails, and I had this email from somebody. I get quite a lot like business things, you know, people going, can you promote our product? And I ignore 90% of them because they just don't fit in with my lifestyle at all anymore. You know, I'm not big into shopping, spending money. I'm not into fashion or makeup or anything really anymore. So it doesn't really seem to fit with what I'm doing. Anyway, we'll just swallow this Anadin Extra. This one. Okay, I'm going to read it out to you. See what you think of it. Give me your perspective on this one. Hi Kirsten, I'll keep it short. We work with creators and set up high ticket offers for them, and I'd love to do it with you. We've got the offer, we just apply our system to it. Here it is. Source, flip, profit, master reselling with the most effective 2025 methods. Kirsten, that offer would print. We take care of the back-end systems and save you all the headaches. Brackets, let me know and I can send you a tailored plan. I respect your time, so would you be against a 5-minute Google Meets? 5 minutes only, not a second longer. If that doesn't work, I can send over the plan we would go by. Cheers. I read that and then I read it again, and I've read it about 5 or 6 times and I have no idea what they're talking about. It's like it's a different language. I've never felt so old. I just thought, but what are you saying? You've said all this thing, but I don't understand. What are you saying? I'm sure somebody will read that and think, oh yeah, definitely, that sounds like it's just for me. I'm like looking at it going, don't know what you're talking about. Really? What does that even mean? I don't understand what they're offering me. What am I supposed to do with it? Sorry, George, but I can't go ahead with something I have no clue what you're talking about. It's like it's in French. I'm going to ask you what you think, right? I looked in the mirror yesterday just as I was walking. I'm not one for standing looking in mirrors, but there's a mirror just in my bedroom, and as I walked in I just sort of looked and I thought, I don't even recognise myself anymore. I'm growing out my colour, so obviously I'm having to get used to this darker colour, and I'm not wearing makeup at all, and I do feel like I've aged a bit in the last year, whether it's been through the stress of everything. Probably it's just that I'm having a lot of headaches, and so I'm squinting a lot like this, but I feel like my eyes are little and my skin's grey and my hair's dull, and obviously I'm making less effort with clothes because I'm not, you know, I don't have to be seen by anybody. So, oh, I dug this out. I had this for sale in my Vinted, and I was just going through my Vinted yesterday, just clearing out some stuff, and I saw it listed on there and I thought, oh, but that looks comfy. So I was like, it's all about comfort. It's like stretchy, comfy, and then I thought, oh, I've got some maroon tights I could put on with that. Couldn't find the maroon tights, so we've gone with purple instead, which completely clashes. Yeah, so I got a glimpse of myself in the mirror and thought, oh dear. So, do you wear makeup when you're at home, not going anywhere or not doing anything? Or are you strictly a makeup when you go out and go somewhere? To be fair, I haven't even been putting makeup on when we've been going out. But I wonder whether it would improve the feelings I have about myself. Do you know what I mean? If I actually put some makeup on, covered up some of these dark circles and filled in my eyebrows that disappear like that. I wonder whether that would help. What do you do? Who had that game as a kid? I remember that game. Still made me jump out my skin as it popped up. It's a little bit knackered. I might just keep it and get it out at Christmas. We can all have a go once we've had a few gins. Honestly, the lighting in here is so awful today. I was just trying to video. It's like, no, I can't do that, because you've either got the big light behind me, like glaring you in the face, or I'm partially black. So, I wanted to say thank yous to Lisa, Helen and Heather, who all ordered on my website recently. I hope that I've always said thank you to anybody who's ordered on my website in the past. Apologies if I haven't, because I really mean to. So I do appreciate it. It really does help. I've picked out a few bits to show you, because I always like to try to do maybe 5 things each time. These are bits of jewellery that I had for sale in the shop and haven't done anything with since, so I thought I'd put them in the chance to buy on my website if you're interested. So these are, well no, actually let's just start with the first one. So this is a fused glass pendant. This was made by a friend of mine in Devon. I used to sell a few of her pendants in the shop and on my website. They're really, really pretty. This is the last one I've got left. we're not having the shop anymore. It's not something that I feel like I can sell enough of to make it worthwhile. But can you see it? So it's handmade, hand fused on a leather strap. So this one is a brand new item that's never been worn. I was selling these at £16, but this is the last one I'm going to do it at £8. So if you're interested, that one's £8. And then the other bits are second-hand bits. They're not new jewellery. So this beautiful pendant, can you see that? So I'm not used to showing off jewellery, but is that going to focus? It's marked 925. It's got this reddish stone in the middle, like teardrop shaped reddish stone, but you can see there's detail around there. And then around here, there's little flower detail here. It's really, really intricate, really pretty. It's just the pendant. I don't have a necklace to go with it, but I'm sure you've got a spare silver necklace you can swap over. And it's marked there in the middle, 925. I'm going to do that one at £8. And then this beauty vintage necklace. This one does come with a chain. It's got this sort of twisted, can you see that? And it's got these grapes. It's really hard to get it to focus at the right thing. I'm not a jewellery seller. Now, I can't find a mark on the pendant itself, although it polishes up like silver. And it looks very in keeping with the necklace, but I can't see a silver mark on that. So I'm just being perfectly honest. There is a 925 mark on the chain, and it also says edema, if that means anything to you. So that one again is going to be £8. I just think it's gorgeous. And as I say, it does polish up like silver, but I can't find a silver mark on there. So that's that one. And then this one's lovely. This is like a little Celtic pendant. You see that? With a chain. That's marked 925 as well. So that one's going to be £8. That's gone back to front. It's that way around. That's really nice. So that's going to be £8. And then finally is this one. Again marked 925. With this type of chain. You know, like the whatever that's called. It's a bit longer as well, you can see. It's really pretty. It's an artificial stone, so in there it sparkles. God, I wish I was better at showing off this jewellery, but there's a definite glimmery sparkliness in these man-made stones there, but it's really, really pretty. I can remember buying this from an auction actually, and I'm going to sell it off at £10, and I think I paid more than that from it at the auction, so you were getting a bargain. But I'm just not a jewellery seller. I think you need to specialise in jewellery to be able to come up with the right keywords and stuff. So if you're interested, £10. And that's the 5 things that I've got to show you from my website today. I really try hard not to have a negative self-criticising voice, you know? That one that looks in the mirror and goes, ugh! I try to stop it off, nip it in the bud, but this fringe is trolling me, isn't it? I mean, it's just, oh God. I think it's because since the colour's grown out, it's now a different texture and it just is not doing the same as it used to. So I'm gonna have to think about growing it out, I think. Apologise, poor lighting today. It's terrible lighting today. I've just had some toast from Philadelphia. Actually, it wasn't Philadelphia. It was the cheapest brand of soft cheese you can find because nobody can afford Philadelphia anymore. I'm having a chamomile tea. I feel like chamomile tea is probably better for me than coffee and normal tea. Am I just kidding myself? Anyway, I've got a cup of chamomile tea. I saw a TikTok yesterday. I'm having a real love-hate relationship with social media at the moment. Just like, part of me is like, oh, it's ridiculous. I want to get rid of it all. And then the next minute I'm like, oh yeah, I like this. Anyway, I watched this on TikTok yesterday and I saw this TikTok and I thought it was really good. So I'm going to repeat back what was said. I can't find it, but I wrote it down, what they said, because I thought it was quite clever. So basically, talking about Christmas and dealing with people that you don't always have to deal with all year round. And comebacks, as in when something's said, that you've got comebacks ready, okay? So there's 3 different ones. The first one is, how do you feel when you say that? So if somebody says something that's deliberately to embarrass you, or that is to hurt you or whatever, you know, you just say, how does that make you feel? And see what they say. Because like, a lot of people wouldn't have an answer to that because they're not expecting you to say anything back. The second one is, I'm surprised you said that out loud. So if somebody says something that's inappropriate, you know, you can just go, I'm surprised that you actually said that out loud. See how that goes down. And then the third one was, did you mean for that to sound hurtful, or did you mean for that to sound rude, or did you mean for that to sound offensive? Yeah, starting your sentence with, did you mean that the way you said it? They're all just like little comebacks you can have in your head ready. Or like me, you can just sort of go, and walk off and say nothing at all. I'm not very good at coming back with quick answers. All the times in my head I've gone over and over conversations that have gone on, and all the scenarios, you know, what I could have said and what I should have said. It's never happened. But maybe if we like rehearse these in advance, then we've got them in our armoury. What have you got on your head? What have you got on your head? You're waiting for Dad to come back in, aren't you? Your ears are cold. You've been outside. Your ears are cold. Oh, Jenny. No part of me wants to leave the house, but I need to take parcels. I've got a bag of parcels there that I need to get off. So I'm going to go and do that. And then this afternoon I'm going to make a lasagna for our dinner. Darren is busy out there, can you see? Digging out a new bed. Yeah, I'm going to make a lasagna. We have lasagna a lot, you might say. Well, we do, because we like it. And also, you make a lasagna and it lasts a few days, and then you don't have to cook again the next day. So we like those kind of meals. The kind of meals that you make once, and then they last a bit longer. Yeah, and then I've got washing up to do. I might do some washing. All the exciting things. So I don't think there's going to be much else for me to vlog about. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed whatever this is. And leaving me thumbs ups and comments really helps my algorithms. So if you could, it's very much appreciated. Have you been enjoying my brother-in-law's vlogs on their holiday in the Philippines? The first couple had a bit of editing issues, but they're getting better. So I'll leave a link for their channel in the description box below as well if you're interested. Right, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.